This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. A new workforce housing complex may soon be in the works in the city of Northport.
City commissioners decided this week to put $50,000 towards that project. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us with what that money will go towards. Christopher?
Good evening. Northport is considered a bedroom community, meaning that this is the place the workforce for both Sarasota and Charlotte County live. And while prices are not exponentially high here, it can still be a serious struggle for some younger families.
Applying for places has been, it's being stuck in between a rock and a hard place.
The place Cheyenne Emmerich is stuck in is all too familiar. She makes too much money to get benefits from the government, but not enough to support her and her two young kids.
I'm back in my old room from growing up, so it's hard as a parent in this area.
At 25, Emmerich works full-time at a job she loves and says she makes a good income, but her job is in Punta Gorda and requires quite a daily drive back to her parents' home in Northport.
The last 5 years, I've been trying to get into programs, just trying to save up what I can in between. And still, my kid is 5 now, and we still share a bedroom.
But there may be a glimmer of hope for Emmerich. Wisconsin-based Commonwealth Development is seeking to build a 189-unit affordable housing complex here in Northport.
We are the workforce in the area, in the region, and that affordability for a home is desperately needed.
For added incentive to the developer, the city has agreed to put up $50,000 towards the expected $30 million price tag. Those that live there wouldn't live for free.
So depending upon how much they make, their rent will be adjusted so that it comes within a 45 percentile of their budget.
There are other low-cost communities in Northport, but they have long waiting lists, and Emmerich isn't likely to get bumped ahead in the line.
I feel like I'm giving them less than my parents gave to me. So for an opportunity like that, I would be able to give my kids just about everything that I had growing up.
The city approved the developer's application, but there's still a long way to go before anything is built. The developers told the commission they hope to open the doors in the year 2020. Live in Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. The nationwide massage envy groping case continues to spark more backlash. More than 180 women have accused therapists at Massage Envy, locations around the country, of groping and other sexual acts. Today, the Illinois Attorney General issued subpoenas to get more information about the sexual misconduct allegations. Here in Florida, state officials have been working for years to prevent similar acts. Licensed massage therapists say the state does background checks and fingerprint scans before issuing a new therapist license. Additional screening is also done by local massage businesses. Still, there are things you can do to prevent from becoming a victim.
In any kind of massage, though, even if you are completely disrobed, you should be covered with a sheet. Your private parts, your breasts, should always be covered with a sheet. If a therapist tells you there's some reason not to do that, that should be a big red flag.
Coming up tonight at 6, we'll have more details on the Massage Envy accusations and how to protect yourself.
Well, another beautiful day here on the Suncoast. Let's check in with meteorologist Josh Stone for your first alert forecast.
That's right, Jacqueline and Scott. Yeah, gorgeous conditions. And right now we have clear skies, sunny conditions here in Sarasota, Bradenton, and Venice. Temperature right now is 80 here in Sarasota. We actually were above this for our high today, and our normal is 76. 75 in Bradenton right now, 79 in Venice. Not much to show you here on the radar. It is quiet, and it's going to continue to be quiet throughout this Thursday evening thanks to dry air that's above us, and that's pretty much suppressing any sort of moisture that can develop. So here's your evening planner for this evening. You can see your temperatures drop into the lower 60s by the later hours of this evening, early morning hours of tomorrow, but really clear conditions, but we could have some patchy fog that develops in the overnight. But all in all, everything looking very good for this Thursday. Of course, the question is, what can we expect for the upcoming weekend? We'll let you know in a few minutes from now. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Josh. 5 men are charged for an undercover prostitution operation. Sarasota Police Department's Street Crimes Unit conducting the operation in North Sarasota. Those charged with solicitation of prostitution: 74-year-old John Hoover of Bradenton, 57-year-old Keith Todoroff of Sarasota, 49-year-old Orlando Dulofiu of Sarasota, who also faces drug charges, 31-year-old Hector Barron of Sarasota, and 32-year-old Joshua Rios Cantres of Bradenton.
From NBC and Matt Lauer accusations to the marbled halls of Capitol Hill. As ABC's Serena Marshall reports, the calls are getting louder for the longest-serving member of the House, Democrat John Conyers, to resign.
Top Democrats calling on Representative John Conyers to resign after new details of alleged sexual impropriety.
Zero tolerance means consequences for everyone, no matter how great the legacy.
At least 3 other top Democrats agreeing, and less than 30 minutes later, the Speaker of the House echoing the same sentiment.
Yes, I think he should resign. I think he should resign immediately. I've just been briefed on the torrent of allegations, and I think he should.
Amid the multiple allegations, Conyers hospitalized in Michigan, reportedly for stress-related illness and so far not bending.
Nancy Pelosi did not elect the congressman, and she sure as hell won't be the one to tell the congressman to leave.
He's been accused of mistreating female employees, including verbal abuse and inappropriate sexual advances. Conyers denies it, but admits paying a secret $27,000 settlement to a former staffer. He's now the subject of an ethics investigation, along with Democratic Senator Al Franken, who today was accused of inappropriate conduct by a 5th woman, a U.S. veteran claiming in 2003 while she was deployed in Kuwait and he was a comedian on a USO tour, he cupped her breast during a photo op. Franken's office echoed the senator's own comments from Monday.
You know, I take a lot of pictures in Minnesota, thousands of pictures, meet tens of thousands of people. So those are instances that I do not remember.
Franken claiming that he never intentionally engaged in this kind of conduct. On the other side of the aisle, the 5th most senior Republican Joe Barton, no longer seeking re-election. He admitted and apologized for a sexually explicit video made public last week.
Just yesterday, the House passed a resolution requiring all members of Congress and their staff to take anti-sexual harassment training. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Tensions are rising again between the U.S. and North Korea after another missile launch. North Korea's leader gleeful after the rogue regime's first launch in more than 2 months. The new intercontinental ballistic missile is much larger than previous ones launched, with technology that allows it to fly longer and higher. The U.S. now calling on all countries, particularly China, to sever ties with North Korea.
We're really asking them to please restrain more on, not cut it off completely. That was the most effective tool the last time the North Koreans came to the table.
The president also upset with the Chinese, tweeting the Chinese envoy, who just returned from North Korea, seems to have had no impact on Little Rocket Man. Hard to believe his people and the military put up with living in such horrible conditions. Russia and China condemned the launch.
After numerous debates about Florida's greyhound industry, voters may soon get a chance to vote on whether or not to ban dog racing in the Sunshine State in 2018. Greyhound racing has lost popularity in recent years as other forms of gambling have grown, but it still plays an important role for many facilities that are required by law to run live races if they want to offer more lucrative types of gambling, such as card rooms. Supporters of the proposal point to issues such as injuries and deaths of greyhounds, arguing to shut down racing.
As we've evolved, we've banned all sorts of activities that have been considered cruel to animals, bullfighting and cockfighting and all kinds of things. And to me, this is just the next step on that plane of becoming more sensitive to this kind of inhumanity.
Representatives of gambling facilities and greyhound breeders did not speak during today's meeting, but during past legislative debates, the groups have argued in part that a ban would lead to job losses.
Traveling this holiday season may be even tougher than normal. One major airline dealing with a big scheduling problem. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more.
A potential holiday travel nightmare in the process of being averted, according to American Airlines. The pilots union says more than 15,000 flights were at risk of being canceled after a computer glitch granted time off to too many pilots over the Christmas week and into the new year.
It's a real bummer.
American Airlines using reserve pilots and offering its own pilots 150% of their normal pay to take over some of the uncovered flights. The airline now saying in a statement, out of the 200,000 flights American will operate in December, only a few hundred are currently unassigned to pilots. That number of open flights continues to decrease thanks to our pilots who are stepping up to the plate to pick up trips to ensure customers are taken care of. But the pilots union disputes those numbers, saying the data does not support management's statement. In fact, thousands of flights are still unassigned. We remain seriously concerned about the potential for significant schedule disruption for our passengers, pilots, and fellow employees during the critical holiday travel season.
I think with what's at stake, I think they'll get it resolved.
American Airlines notes that as they continue working on fixing this problem, so far no scheduled flights around the holidays have been canceled. The advice from experts: if you have a ticket to travel on American later in December, don't worry just yet, but check about a week from now to make sure there haven't been any changes. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Here on the Suncoast, thousands are getting ready for the holidays, and the city of Sarasota is no different. Tonight at 5 Points Park, a tree lighting celebration will be held from 6 to 8 p.m. Not only will you get a first look at the lights, but Santa will also be stopping by for photos. And if you can't make it out tonight, the holiday night of lights on St. Armand's Circle will be held tomorrow night. There will be caroling, music, and another special visit from Old St. Nick. Still to come on your Suncoast News, with cold and flu season here, it's more important than ever to remain vigilant on your health. How you can keep you and your family safe. Coming up next.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
This holiday season, share the greatest gift of all, peace of mind. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with EyeSight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $219 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The perfect musical for the holidays is live on the Players Center stage. Packed with the big band sounds from World War II, the 1940s Radio Hour is our boogie-woogie bugle boy answer to the holiday blues. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. The Players Wild Broadway series wishes you a Merry Christmas with the 1940s Radio Hour.
Naomi, my California closet designer, has been my partner in crime. She was genuinely fun to work with. We have had a ball collaborating on the 8 units that we have done in our home. The closets in the house are great, but the den is what everyone comments on when they walk in the house. And it's so beautiful. They say, whoa, who did that? And I said, it's California Closets. My name is Melissa, and this is my California Closet story.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
It's a holiday shopping weekend. Don't forget your four-legged friends. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, our holiday gift guide continues, and our pet expert is here with new ideas for your dogs and cats. Free Fall Theater brings the classic play The Little Prince. They'll talk about their adaptation. Plus, photographer Cliff Rolls has his December social event picks and Brick's smoked meats in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Unfortunately, cold and flu season is upon us, but with why this year might be particularly bad, here's ABC News correspondent Kenneth Moten.
'Tis the season, the flu season, and many Americans hoping to celebrate the holidays will find themselves curled up with a bowl of chicken soup instead. Now a top official at the National Institutes of Health warning that this flu season may be a doozy. Dr. Anthony Fauci pointing to data on Australia's flu season this year, which is just coming to a close. The findings not reassuring. Australia suffering its worst bout with the virus in years, and the vaccine only 10% effective against the main strain of flu. America's flu often mirrors the experience of Australia. What this means for us, the flu vaccine may not be as protective as doctors hope. Fortunately, there are steps you can take. First, get the flu shot anyway. Even if it's not a silver bullet, it can limit the severity of your flu. Second, wash your hands frequently and avoid people who have the flu. And third, stop the spread. If you're ill, cover your nose and mouth with tissues when sneezing or coughing. And please, if you're sick, stay home. Gesundheit. With this Medical Minute, I'm Kenneth Moten, ABC News.
Well, here's Josh Stone with your First Alert weather forecast. Josh, how's it looking?
All right, thanks so much, Jacqueline. Well, this is a recap of the 2017 hurricane season, and it was quite active. We had 10 hurricanes and 7 tropical storms, and out of the 10 hurricanes, 6 actually were major hurricanes. Of course, we remember what happened with Harvey over in Houston and in Texas. We all know about Irma here in Florida, and then, of course, Maria, what that did to Puerto Rico. So quite an active year, and there you go, just recapping it, 17 named storms, 10 hurricanes, and 6 out of those 10 were major hurricanes. Looking at the tropics right now, everything is very quiet. We have a few flare-ups here in the central Atlantic. That's moving eastbound and not affecting anyone at this time. So let's check out our tower cam, the time lapse. It was a gorgeous day today. Few passing clouds, but for the most part it was clear skies, sunny conditions, and we had a beautiful sunset just a few minutes ago. All right, current temperature right now 80 degrees, clear skies. Dew point a lovely 55, humidity down to 42%. The winds are, for the most part, pretty light at north-northeast, about 7 miles per hour. So the headlines, well, of course, today is the last day of the 2017 hurricane season. Friday, we can expect much of the same as what we experienced today, sunny and dry, and same situation for the weekend. Our radar remains very quiet. We have some showers out here in the Atlantic, just off the coast of the east coast of Florida, but other than that, everything's quiet because of high pressure that's in control. Checking out the almanac today, we actually climbed up to 83. That's well above the average of 76 for today. Not quite up to the record back. We had that set at 87 degrees, but still a pretty warm day today at 83 degrees. Our rainfall for the month, we've only had 1/4 of an inch. The average should be about 2 inches, but so you think, well, we're down, right? But actually for the entire year of 2017, we're well above the average because of all the tropical activity we received over the summertime with the heavy rains coming down over the west coast of Florida. So I think we're doing okay there. So not much of a dent in the deficit at all. High pressure in control, that will be the story in our weather because of the dry air aloft, and that's meaning that we're going to have really a lack of moisture that will take place in the immediate forecast. So everything very quiet. Even on the national picture, we do have some shower activity up here in the eastern seaboard here, tracking through Pennsylvania and New York State. But other than that, everything very quiet for a lot of people. Taking the boat out on this Friday, northeasterly, expect a north wind in the afternoon, about 5 to 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop in the bays. 79 will be the temperature at the beach. As we look at the tides, the low tide will be at 5:19 a.m. tomorrow morning. High tide at 11:16 a.m. The low tide will be at 4:38 in the later afternoon of tomorrow. 62 for the overnight low. Just look out for some patchy fog that could develop, especially inland. 80 degrees will be our high tomorrow. Some areas could even be warmer than that. And there you go. The next several days, sunny, dry, beautiful conditions. Looks like a trough will come our way next Thursday to bring us some cloud showers and also kick up the winds. Back to you.
All right, sounds very pleasant. Thank you, Josh. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. We are seeing an accident on State Road 64 near Lorraine Road, but it does not seem to be causing too much of a delay at this moment.
Bookseller Barnes & Noble had lower sales in the second quarter of this year compared to the same time last year, and the reason may be Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child hit stores during the second quarter of 2016, but there was no new installment this year, and that had an impact on Barnes & Noble's bottom line. Sales fell 8%, and the company said it expects sales will be flat for the rest of the current year, unless J.K. Rowling can get busy and write something else for us.
I know, man, those books were always a great series. I always read all of them and loved them.
And it's like you want more.
Exactly.
You want more of it, yeah. Entertainment news is next.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Need a light bulb? Batteries Plus Bulbs has a huge selection of LEDs starting as low as 99 cents.
The one inside the clothes dryer.
Oh, you use the clothes dryer.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
So I never had closet systems before. Our designer, Bridget, was able to listen and ask the right questions, taking our ideas and making them happen. We were totally satisfied from beginning to end. I knew the California Closets would help me with every aspect of the design process, and they delivered 100%. My name is Teresa, and this is my California Closet story.
Jim Nabors, who played Gomer Pyle on TV's The Andy Griffith Show, has passed away.
He died peacefully at his home in Hawaii earlier today with his husband at his side. Neighbors became an instant success when he joined the Andy Griffith Show back in the early 1960s. Neighbors' operatic voice also made him a favorite in Las Vegas and other show places, including the Indy 500, where he would sing Back Home Again in Indiana. Jim Neighbors was 87 years old. Matt Lauer is responding to the sexual harassment accusations that cost him his job at NBC News.
In a statement, the former Today host writes, quote, "There are no words to express my sorrow and regret for the pain I have caused others by words and actions. To the people I have hurt, I am truly sorry. As I am writing this, I realize the depth of the damage and disappointment that I have left behind at home and at NBC." Lauer continues to say, "Some of what is being said about me is untrue and mischaracterized, but there is enough truth to these stories to make me feel embarrassed and ashamed. I regret that my shame is now shared by the people I cherish dearly." NBC announced Lauer's termination from the network on Wednesday, 2 days after a female NBC employee filed a harassment complaint against him. At least 3 women have filed complaints with NBC regarding Lauer.
Well, in other news, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is kicking off the holidays right with a little bit of humor.
The law enforcement agency releasing this video on social media today. It's entitled A Canine Christmas and stars members of the Sheriff's Office unit, Canine Unit. Take a look at part of that video real fast.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door.
I am going to see my buddy. Hey, Senor LT.
Well, everyone clearly had a blast making this video. If you want to watch the full video, you can go to our Facebook page and check it out right there. Looks like they had a great time filming that. I petition we film one just like that here at ABC7.
We need some dogs to put in it then.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we can
Canines
find
with a star,
some.
I think. Yeah. We'll be right back with more news.